Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us both in person and online and at Ships at Sea. We appreciate you joining us today. I don't think we have any first-time visitors today, and of course we want to extend a warm thank you to everyone for your tithes and gifts. We really appreciate the support of this ministry. Some brief announcements. One, some continued prayers for Joe and Joanne's golden retriever buddy, who's been having a really rough time, but now he's eating again, and that is a very good sign. So just hold them up if you would. A Lenten class is being facilitated by Yogi Tamara, and that will be via Zoom. It'll begin on Ash Wednesday, which is also Valentine's Day. So let us know if you're interested using the sign-up sheet on the back table. And we also have, I believe, the booklets for that on the back table as well. Everything's available on a donation basis. Next Sunday, Linda McClanahan will be our guest speaker, and she and Joel Knapp will be providing the music, and that's always a delight on all counts. Finally, a heads up about a special event coming up in about a month or so. Eddie Watkins Jr. and his partner Mariana Gabriela will be visiting us the weekend of March 9 and 10. This is a stop for him on his current Peace on Earth tour, and Eddie will provide a concert here at the hall, or at the church, on Saturday evening, March 9th. And along with Marianne, we'll provide the message and the music on the 10th. We're really looking forward to having them back with us again. And to introduce our special guest speaker, we're blessed to have Shirley Williams with us today. As you know, exactly. She is a licensed Unity teacher of many years standing. And I don't know if I can say this or not, but since when did that stop me? If the term reverend means revered one, for today, Reverend Shirley is in the house, and we are blessed by your presence. This should be one hot message because it is titled, Let's Sizzle. So thank you very much for being with us today. And we will have the lovely and talented Michael Contras providing the music for us today. So please welcome Michael. And as always, we start with prayer, holding the highest in mind and heart for ourselves, each other, our communities, and the world. If you're listening online, you can remember you can send a prayer request at any time via the website unitydelawareohio.org. Just use the prayer request tab at the top of the page. Michael will lead us into prayer with God Is, I Am, a song by Eddie Watkins Jr.
As we prepare to celebrate our oneness, I invite you to place both feet on the floor, hands in your lap. Gently close your eyes. Relax. Inhale deeply and exhale. Relax your shoulders, your entire body. Breathe evenly and naturally. Relax. Let all concerns just float away. Quiet your mind. Become unplugged from memories, attachments, desires. Become empty. Breathe. I am now in the presence of pure being. I am one with it. There is no separation, just sacred oneness. The grace of God flows to and through me. Grace is with me step by step, breath by breath. It will never leave me. I now receive the blessings of God and know I am always cared for, as well as my loved ones. I have unlimited possibilities. I am an open vessel of joy, guidance, health, and peace. Oh God, your grace is sufficient for me. In the silence, I let my soul speak. Your grace is sufficient for me. In the silence. As we gently return to this place and time, we are filled with gratitude for your grace, and our cup overflows with joy. We are refreshed, renewed, and radiate this goodness to all the world, excluding none. To all of nature, all creatures, large and small. In the name and through the power of the living Christ, we give thanks. And so it is. Amen.
This is a Peter Mayer song. When I was a boy each week, Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread. Everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two, and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still, but now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but a better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, it barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath, like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world out there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs. I walk it with her every day, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament, that it'd be hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world out there, having second-rate hand-me-downs. Now I'm walking with her every day, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's so good to be with you again. Next to Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founders of Unity, May Rowland was the most revered person in Unity. She was the director of Silent Unity for 55 years. She has often been considered as the most attractive and spiritually powerful woman ever to grace the New Thought movement. She had an ageless look of youth and beauty, and it was said her development and use of prayer was in part responsible. Some years ago, when I was leader of the Youth of Unity at Mays Road, I took our youth to the Wow You Conference at Unity Village, where over 200 other teams from around the country also attended. While we were there, we were blessed with the presence of May Rowland. She was up in years. In fact, it was just a few years before her transition. She was escorted onto the platform. Her hair is blonde. And I called it a coiffure because every strand was in place. She was stunningly and beautifully dressed, just radiant. And she took a seat in an overstuffed chair. And her hands grabbed both arms of the chair as she leaned forward and said in a clear and strong voice, "I am strong. I am young. I am healthy. My body knows it, and my body shows it." And then she leaned back and she commenced to speak truth to us. Now, before May came into the room, these 200 teens were literally bouncing off the wall. But when May began to speak, I noticed something. Pure silence just descended. As she spoke, it was like energy was being released into the ethers and weaved in and through us. She had us in the palm of her hand. You could hear a pin drop. I don't remember what she said to us, but I will always remember the feeling of being almost overwhelmed with awe, listening so intently I couldn't hear. I couldn't absorb. But at the same time, I was inspired in such a way that I can't even begin to verbalize. I have since learned that when we feel this way, not really grasping what is being said, not to worry. We are actually learning on another level. Truth is truth. When you hear it, it goes deep into the consciousness, resonating with your soul, and there it percolates. One day, it just bubbles up to the surface of your mind, just like a light bulb turning on. And you will wonder, where did that come from? Going back to May Rowland for a moment, she authored books, she was a guest speaker at many gatherings. Every Friday night she went dancing. She loved dinner parties, walking in nature, and she just engaged in many social activities. And prayer was her way of life, whether she was on the job at Silent Unity or dancing and having fun. She was very fashionable, just had this youthful vibrancy about her. And for me, she is one example of living an abundant, zest-filled life. Her affirmation alone creates zeal. I am young, strong, and healthy. My body knows it, and my body shows it. It makes you want to get on that train, doesn't it? In John 10:10, Jesus said, I have come that you may have life and have it abundantly. Abundance means well-rounded and well-grounded in that you are attuned and connected to the universe. Abundance means you are zest-filled with an essence, a taste for life. Some of us cannot imagine an abundant life without conditions. If I had the right job, the right mate, the perfect house, more money. Keep in mind that abundance is not about access to stuff or solely about money or tangible things. Rather, abundant life refers to life in its abounding fullness of joy and strength for your spirit, soul, and body. And it's this fullness, then, that brings the tangible things as you need them. So, I ask the question, would you call your own life abundant? Is it zest-filled? Dare I ask, does it sizzle? Your answer depends on what your thoughts are, and your thoughts then determine the quality of your existence. So an abundant life is a way of thinking and living. We attract everything that comes into our lives. Many call it the law of attraction. It is always working, and it doesn't matter if you believe it or not, or even understand it. Quantum physicists have verified at every turn the truth and existence of this law. In Unity, we call it the law of mind action. It's the fundamental law by which the universe operates. This law has been expressed in a variety of ways through the ages. For example, what we think about comes about. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. What goes around comes around. The key idea is that cause precedes effect. A happy attitude produces a happy day. When you change your thoughts, you change your life. Every time you send a message to the universe, it's addressed return to sender. The boomerang is laser guided and it finds you wherever you are. That's because the universal law does not judge or debate the message. It simply delivers it. Your thoughts will come and go, just like the clouds in the sky. Don't be so quick to accept the fearful and negative thoughts. Stop giving them that 5-star service. Don't attach to them. Because what happens is we give power to an imaginary cause-effect relationship where none exist. But we lock into it anyway. And then live out the consequences as if it were preordained. And it isn't. When you hold on to these nonsensical and fearful thoughts, it's just like the mail. It comes signed, sealed, and delivered expressly for you. Each of us has been given the gift of free choice. So it is up to us what we choose to hold on to in our mind. Hold on to the kind and loving thoughts so they will return to prosper you in health, wealth, and happiness. Know the power of your own mind. Train yourself to think what you wish to think, not what your ego mind tells you to think, because the ego mind delivers its own projection. And trust me, you don't want that. Zeal is the urge behind all things. Its command is to go forward. The spiritual practice of zeal means being fully aroused by life, excited ready for activity, fully awake. I'm sure you've seen that commercial on TV about shingles. Everyone's walking around with their eyes closed, they're eating, they're talking, they're watching movies and TV. And they appear to be lulled into thinking that this is normal. And shingles doesn't care. We too get lulled to sleep, thinking this is a way of life. We have to ask ourselves, am I living or existing? Am I asleep or awake? In Matthew 26:38, Jesus' last words to the disciples were, "Stay awake." He said it twice. The Buddha offered the same wisdom. Buddha means, I am awake. Being awake means we are awake to the full reality of what is right here and now, not clinging to the past. When we tap into the divine energy that pulsates within and around us, we begin to live from that consciousness of a zest-filled, abundant life. And guess what? We will sizzle. Just as Charles Fillmore said, I fairly sizzle with zeal, energy, and enthusiasm, eager to do that which ought to be done by me today. Yes, let's all awaken and sizzle. Let's get this party started. Now, we are ready for anything that comes our way, with an open, receptive, and full heart. And in life, anything does come our way. The bitter with the sweet. Keep in mind that an abundant, zest-filled life does not mean perfection. It means embracing the bitter with the sweet as an integral part of life. Sometimes we will face times when life just hurts. It is then the human response is to want to opt out, to bypass it some kind of way. But don't run away from something. I want you to run forward, run to something. And that something is spirit. The purest form of spirituality is to find God in whatever situation or challenge that is right in front of you. You see, we are never alone, ever. It's impossible. Abundant living requires a relationship between you and the divine. This is how we get to the other side of any challenge or situation. Jesus came to show us the way to the Christ in us. Thus, Paul said, the Christ in you is your hope of glory. The God in you is through your own awareness that you find God in all things, maybe even in surprising places. You can split open a dead log. You'll find God. In a babbling brook, you hear that water running there. You will find God. Every plant, animal, human, you find God. Did you know that God breaks into nightclubs and where torch songs are being sung? Do you know she dances with Savion Glover, tap dances with Savion Glover on Broadway? Did you know she was in every note that Michael played on the piano? In your greatest joy or sorrow, God is there. When you're over your head or at the end of your rope, God is there. There's no spot where God is not. Bidden or unbidden, God is present. And know this, God doesn't come and go. Doesn't pause to catch a breath. Doesn't get tired. So don't panic. No reason to. God will give you strength and hold you steady and keep a firm grip and will not let you go. God is telling us, I am that I am, Alpha and Omega. I am God. Trust me and allow me to love you in my own way with an everlasting love. The scripture in Isaiah 43 tells us how much we mean to God. It says God would sell off the whole world to get you back. Would trade all of creation just for you. I don't know about you, but I was humbled by this love. When I first read it, it made me weep with joy. To live a zest-filled, abundant life includes the practice of loving. Loving is not about loving people who are easy to love. It's about cultivating love for those that are difficult to love. The people over there, the others, the people who root for that other team, the people who voted for that guy, the foreign dictator responsible for countless deaths. Jesus commanded us to love our neighbor as thyself. And here's a newsflash. Your only neighbor is God. Going back to May Rowland, who demonstrated prayer as a way of life, we also want prayer to be a way of life. Meditation sets the stage for prayer by preparing that quiet, internal, chatter-free mind so we can listen and commune with God. As we sit quietly in trust and love, this is relationship with the divine. This is oneness with all there is. This is where the miracles happen. This is where we take that huge leap to go from saying, I exist in relationship to I exist as relationship. The same as the leap from walking in the light to walking as the light. In my experience, I find unity principles are more than a teaching. It's a pointing. The teachings are continually pushing us to explore, to discover the treasures within, propelling us forward to higher consciousness. There's no complacency here. There's no such thing as, I got it. We're all on this upward journey. Unity principles are not teaching you to look for a master's degree. It's teaching you to look to the master. Unity has a logo, and I was looking around, I don't see it here, but it's in the old Fillmore books, in every Fillmore books, and it used to be in all the old publications. You will remember it's a circle and it has the wings. Yes. If you ever go to Egypt, you will see this symbol in a lot of places. Charles Fillmore adapted it for unity, and it symbolized, in short, the soul's wings taking flight to higher consciousness. You see, we're not here to just grow old. We're to grow up, stretch our soul. Your mission on this journey, should you choose to accept, is to show up for your life. Don't let it pass you by. In the words of Joseph Campbell, we are not on this journey to save the world, but to save ourselves. But in doing that, we do save the world. See this journey as a quest to practice having a relationship with Spirit, allowing the power of zeal to help your love and faith sizzle, to help you live abundantly, to free you up, to have fun, and enjoy all life has to offer. I will close with these affirming thoughts and will ask you to repeat them after me. I am young.
I am young.
Alive, alert.
Alive, alert.
Awake and enthusiastic about life.
Awake and enthusiastic about life.
It's not an ordinary day.
It's not an ordinary day.
It's an extraordinary day.
It's an extraordinary day.
Because I make it so.
Because I make it so.
If it's to be,
If it's to be,
it's up to me.
it's up to me.
Today,
Today,
I sizzle.
I sizzle.
God bless you.
Wow. You never disappoint. That's right. It was wonderful, thank you. This is a song by Janice Stanfield. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing peace.
Well, church, we've been given mission possible. We are to Sizzle. First, warm thank you again to Shirley for an amazing message for us. Thank you so much. Michael, you couldn't have picked any better songs to go with it. You were great. Thank you. And for you and Lana's keeping
My panning partner.
panning partner. Okay. And to, I think, Candy and Barbie and Linda Hill, I believe, for the Fellowship Wizards and Angels today. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. And just a quick recap of the announcements. February 14th, via Zoom, the Lent class with Yogi Tamara, and in the back are the booklets and sign up. So
It'll be next week. We'll put out the
oh,
booklets. And
booklets
just
next week.
Be sure and put the email on there so I can send them the link.
Right. Okay. And Tamara will be doing our weekly yoga class Thursday here at the church, 1 o'clock. Be there. Next week, Linda McClanahan and Joel Knepp will provide the message and the music. And again, March 9 and 10th, Eddie Watkins Jr. is going to be in the house. So that is going to be fun. Any birthdays or special days in February? Well, come on up here. It's a light month for
Oh, well.
yeah, it's all right. Hey, you just get more love, so so that's all right. Okay, let's sing. Happy special day to you. Happy special day to you. Happy special day, you're wonderful. Happy special day to you. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you now. God is blessing you, you're wonderful. God is blessing you now. Okay. Any other announcements before we circle up for the peace song? Hearing none, let's do it.
Let Jefferson, didn't he?
Peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The